We know there are so many people out there with digestive issue, and we understood there's a need for this product.
Hey Michael, thanks for joining us today. Excited to talk about some innovations in consumer health. Tell us, what's your background?
I was a pharmacist, and within Bayer I work within the category of digestive health and lead here a technical team that was responsible for launching a new Iberogast formulation in the US.
Digestive health, that's an area that affects a lot of people, I know. And actually that's something I've had issues with. When I was in the US and I asked the doctors about, hey, is there anything I can take for this? They really didn't have any ideas. But then I moved to Europe and the doctor said, hey, try Iberogast. So I went to the pharmacy and I had a great experience.
It's a super strong, trusted brand here in Germany and in Europe, dating back 60 years ago with the actual original drops. It is highly efficacious, safe, and one of the best studied herbal products in the world. And with the original drops, we could already help more than 100 million consumers globally.
Now wait a second, you said drops.
Correct.
So what is this stuff?
Well, the drops are basically composed of 6 herbal medicinal plants.
Where do these plants come from?
One, for example, the Iberogast plant, where Iberogast has its name from, is sourced locally in Darmstadt, Egypt, where we harvest the chamomile and the peppermint. It's coming from farmers. We manufacture with a secret manufacturing process and turn it into a liquid product that you can take 20 drops, supporting your digestive health.
Well, I mentioned that I couldn't get this in America. What are you doing about that?
We looked into the US consumer and we understood there's a need for this product. But we as well understood that US consumers prefer rather to take pills, so solid formats, than liquids.
Yeah, that's true. You don't always have an opportunity to get a glass of water, put these drops in. You can't just make this into a pill?
Unfortunately not, right? So herbal substances are very sensitive to heat, pressure.
They're very fragile.
They're super fragile.
You can't just boil them or dry them or something because they actually will lose their properties.
That's why we used a really gentle manufacturing technique that keeps the temperature extremely low to reduce the amount. Wrapped it into a gelatin capsule that on the one hand side disintegrates super fast in your stomach within 15 minutes, but on the other hand side still it's a stable product for 24 months on your shelf.
Let me show people what we're talking about here. So here's the liquid. Yeah. We've got the soft gel cap, but how did you know that the product here in the soft gel cap would be the same as what you have in the existing liquid form?
We look at both products and the visuals actually of both products are identical. Because
there's multiple components even from each plant.
And that's actually the challenge always with herbals, right? So not like with well-defined chemical substances, you know.
Like aspirin.
Like aspirin.
Aspirin,
right?
it's a very simple chemical, and you can tell this is 100% aspirin.
And this is not the case here, right? Because in Iberogast we have hundreds of substances which all have somehow an effect, right? And before we looked on the single substance with a single method, and now we have the opportunity to look at the full product composition with only one method. And this allowed us to prove the similarity of the soft gel to the drops.
This is now available in America?
This is just recently launched and we see great responses from consumers. We really can tell from the consumer comments that Iberogast with its clinically proven formulation strongly impacts their quality of life.
That's great. Well, Michael, thanks for taking the time to explain something that seems so easy. Like, oh, I just take this liquid and make a pill. It turns out it's actually technologically quite complex, and but a great benefit for the consumers we serve.